Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the release of the Annual Status of Education Report 2023 Beyond Basics. I'm Shweta Buttada, and I'm your host for today. To introduce us to this year's ASER, I invite on stage Dr. Wilima Wadhwa, Director of ASER Centre.
Good morning. Thank you so much for making the time to join us today. To all our partners, volunteers, ASER associates, Pratham State teams, and friends from here and abroad, thank you for being with us through this journey. I know that many of you are not here with us today, but know that we miss you and we hope that you're watching the release somewhere. As many of you know, we did ASER every year for 10 years from 2005 to 14. After a break in 2015, we started a new series of ASER, wherein the standard ASER done across all rural districts of the country is done every other year. In the off years, we've been looking at different age groups and competencies. This year's ASER goes beyond basics by shining the light on the lives of youth in the age group of 14 to 18. The first time we did this was in 2017, but a lot has changed in the last 6 years. We have had almost 2 years of school closures in 2020 and 2021, prompted by the COVID pandemic. We have a new national education policy after more than 3 decades that fundamentally reimagines the education landscape. We have a whole new digital economy that has changed how ordinary people transact on a daily basis. About 125 million, almost 10% of our population in this age group is in this age group of 14 to 18, and 1 out of every 5 adolescents in the world lives in India. Enrollment in Standard 8 has doubled between 2005 and 2020, and the transition rate from grade 8 to grade 9 is almost 90%. Enrollment is almost universal for the 6 to 14 age group, but it has also been steadily rising for older age groups. Fears that older children would drop out because of the hardships imposed by the pandemic turned out to be unfounded, and out-of-school numbers for older age groups have been falling steadily. The fact that more and more of our youth are completing Standard 8 and transitioning beyond that suggests that the demographic dividend associated with this young population can be exploited. The COVID pandemic also accelerated the digital transformation of the economy. While mobile coverage was almost universal, only 36% of rural households had a smartphone in 2018. In 2020 and 2021, with the economy and the education system transitioning to a virtual mode, having access to a digital device became almost a necessity. And the proportion of rural households with a smartphone almost doubled during the pandemic, and has further increased to about 75% in 2022. So with this narrowing of the digital divide, there is also the scope to take advantage of an emerging digital dividend. Now, in this scenario, the importance of human capital, especially of our youth, cannot be emphasized enough. ASER 2023 tries to provide a snapshot of the lives of youth across the domains of activity, ability, digital awareness and skills, and their aspirations. What are young people doing? Are they enrolled in school and college or college? Are they taking a vocational or some other kind of course? Are they working or doing a combination of these activities? Can our youth apply basic reading and numeracy skills to navigate everyday tasks like making a budget or doing a financial calculation? With most youth having access to a digital device, ASER 2023 also provides evidence on the kinds of activities they are engaging in on their smartphones. Apart from using their smartphones for entertainment purposes, do they use their smartphones to access educational materials? Can they do simple digital tasks that can help them in school, home, and work? And finally, we wanted to explore the aspirations of our young people in terms of their studies and their occupations, and whether they have role models in their lives who can guide them and help them to achieve their aspirations. But our experience from 2017 showed that a large-scale quantitative survey may not be the best way to do so. And so here we've taken a different approach by doing a qualitative deep dive into what our young people aspire to and what are some of the challenges they face. ASER 2023 was conducted in 28 districts across 26 states. While not nationally representative, given its sample of almost 35,000 youth and geographical spread, it gives a snapshot of the national situation as well as the variations across the country. These years between 14 and 18 are very crucial years in a young person's life. These are years when transition to secondary school is made and career paths chosen. ASER 2023 is an attempt to shine a spotlight on these years. Our hope is that this year's ASER will start a national conversation on the challenges faced by our youth and the way forward so that our young people can realize their full potential. We are honored to have many of our partners here today, and it is only fitting that they release the report. We feel that this is a great opportunity to involve young people across the country and are really looking forward to working with our partners even beyond the report. We have a very special release planned for you today, but before I hand over to Shweta, I'd like to give a very special team to the entire ASER Centre team and to our DTP team, who have all worked so hard to bring this report to you today. Every year, in the rush to get the report out on time, we often forget to thank all the people, present and past, who have been a key part of this effort. So I want to end by saying to each and every one of you, a very big thank you.